My grandfather at the time, he started to become ill when I was a junior in high school. He had a stroke and he was hospitalized, and for a while he was not independent for a while. But I did have to work at night to help pay, to help chip in, mostly for myself because money was going toward him that was being used to support me, but because I was living with grandparents at the time. I would be at work till sometimes 11, 12 at night, be up at 4:30, 5 in the morning for school. I was kind of thrown into a situation where I was forced to actually start helping support the family, a role that I wasn't in before. And also on the weekends, and when I wasn't going to school, I would take care of him. I would help him get out of bed, sometimes shower, food, I'd get him breakfast. And then he was okay, he was healthy for a couple years. I graduated, I had a lot going on. I even had a job in Los Angeles working for a biotechnology company. And he had another stroke and he became very ill. He hasn't recovered from the stroke still. This was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And I had to leave the job. I had to come back home and help. And that was very difficult. I mean, it's frustrating too. It's a lot to deal with when you're trying to pursue your dreams and you have this weight of responsibility that you don't necessarily want to neglect, but in some situations you have no choice unless you want to neglect your own personal life or your own, dreams. And so, I mean, I'm there even if I don't want to be there in a sense because of the emotional tie to the family. It's depressing, I'll be honest. It's a huge weight. And at first, when it very first happens, it doesn't feel that way. You're just happy they're alive and they're okay, and you have a lot of hope, things are gonna get better, they made it through that, blah, blah, blah. So at first, you're not upset that you have these responsibilities. It's not a burden, it's okay, you're happy to help because you think it's temporary. Or you're not even focused on that, you're focused just on the fact that someone's alive. And then after so much time goes by and after so many things happen and you make so many sacrifices, you can't help it. It weighs on you and you start to feel kind of trapped. I don't think that there's enough support or awareness of what's going on with the situation. I think a lot of people look at this and they think it's just something people can deal with regularly, or it's not a big deal. It's very underplayed. And I wish there was a way for those people who feel that way to walk a mile in, one of these kids' shoes. I was fortunate that I had it at an older age, so I was able to cope with it better, but it was no less difficult than it was for someone at a younger age. I just had better tools. So I was more equipped to deal with the situation. I would like to just see people be aware, and then after that we could hope for support.